Max, let's get into some people's favorite segment of the fantasy football episodes, the extra juicy dog.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you my quarterback, Max, because you fired him up last week, and I'm going to him this week. Kyler Murray.
Okay.
Kyler Murray, the QB5 right now. Why am I playing him? He's playing Washington, okay? That's the same team I targeted last week with Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow woke up against Washington. Kyler
Mhm.
Murray's going to have a field day with these boys. They're dead last against the quarterback position in fantasy football. Kyler Murray is third at the quarterback position in rushing yards with 161 already. He might put up 60, 70, 80 rushing yards on these guys. 250 and two through the air. He's going to have a field day. Arizona, 3.5 point home favorites and a 50.5 point over under. That's easily the highest on the week. Kyler Murray looking like a stealing drafts right now. What do you think about that? And give me your quarterback.
Oh, I like the Kyler Murray pick. I definitely was sleeping on him because of you already know, the video game situation. I'll keep bringing that up. But once
He put him
again, he's
down. He
back.
put him
He's
down.
back to, he's back to reality. And I love seeing it. Okay. I love seeing this. I know we bash on him. We bash on players all the time, but we love
Sure.
seeing when they're,
Mm,
because you know how much talent they have. And when they
yep.
start focusing on the game and they're out there doing their thing, it is just so fun to watch. So I'm happy that he's turned it around and that he has a guy in Marvin Harrison Jr. to throw to. I know you're
Uh-oh.
happy about that pick.
Uh-oh.
It looks like they got a fun combo going there. All right, but moving to the quarterback for me. Hey, he had a tough week last week, but we are going C.J. Stroud against Jacksonville. All right,
Yeah.
Jacksonville might be the worst team in the league.
Uh,
Right next to your Titans, Cole
come
Breezy.
on. Come on.
Gosh, oh my goodness. C.J. Stroud, Jacksonville is ranked 31st against the quarterback. Let's go ahead and go over CJ Stroud's season real quick. First game, he had 18.3 fantasy points. That's two touchdowns. 13.9 fantasy points in the second game, one touchdown. And then last week, 9.2 fantasy points with a touchdown. You better believe this is a getting back to it game. It's a divisional matchup. He is going to
Mm-hmm.
go all over those Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm counting three, maybe even four
Oh,
touchdowns. I'm
whoa.
not saying my buddy. You can't say my buddy Mr. Tutty for a quarterback. All right, we're not doing that. But I could see a 3 or a 4 touchdown game for C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
He's ready to roll. Come on.
Yeah. I like that. Jacksonville fucking sucks. And yeah, I definitely looked at CJ Stroud for this segment for my quarterback. He should have his best game of the season so far.
Yeah.
My extra juicy dog at the running back position for week 4. Going to be the running back 1 on the season, so I ain't going out on a limb, but it's Saquon Barkley at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, they're 27th against the running back position in fantasy football, so bottom there. Saquon, he leads the NFL with 351 rushing yards and is tied for the NFL lead with 4 rushing touchdowns. The Eagles are 2-point road favorites in this one. Is A.J. Brown going to play? I don't think so. Is Devontae Smith going to play? I'd be surprised. Saquon Barkley, he's had over 20 opportunities all 3 games this season. That should be 25, 30, 35 opportunities in this game. Tampa Bay, the Bucks, they've given up 6 rushing touchdowns already this season. That is the second most in the NFL. They're giving up at least another one here. Saquon Barkley, my buddy, Mr.
Yeah.
Tutty, gonna score this weekend.
Easy pick. Easy, my buddy, Mr. Tutty. That's a gimme point. That's a gimme. If he doesn't give you a
I should
touchdown,
lose one.
you
I should
should
lose one.
you already called it. You already called it. Very good. Let's go ahead and move on to my running back for this week. I'm going Kyron Williams, man, after that miraculous game that he had last week, where he had a hat trick, 3 touchdowns, including 89 rushing yards, 2 on the ground, 2 underground touchdowns, and then an additional 27 receiving yards with another touchdown. 30.6 fantasy points.
Woo.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Woo.
He has 5 total touchdowns in 3 games so far. 5 touchdowns in 3 games?
Very good.
Woo, you are happy. You are happy. I'll tell you right now, Cole Breezy, let's just keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Let's get him in the end zone this
Why
weekend
not?
against my Chicago Bears. Chicago
yeah.
is ranked 23rd against the run. Surprising a little bit because actually Chicago's defense does not look bad this year. They don't look bad, but they're doing terrible against the run. Kyron Williams is going to have a great, great game. Expect him in the end zone, everybody.
I like that. Definitely like my guy from Notre Dame, Kyron Williams. He's hot. He's the main option. He's the main option in LA for sure.
Mm-hmm.
My extra juicy dog at the wide receiver position for week 4. I'm going to stack again. We just talked about him. Marvin Harrison
Uh-huh.
Jr. against the Washington football Queefs. Just like against the quarterback, Washington is dead last against the wide receiver position also. Washington's defense sucks. Marvin Harrison Jr., he's the wide receiver 12 right now in full PPR leagues. Tied for the NFL lead with 3 receiving touchdowns, those 3 in the last
Nice.
2 weeks.
Very nice.
3.5-point home favorite, 50.5-point over under is easily the highest on the week. There's going to be a lot of points here, Arizona and Washington. Trey McBride going to play? I don't know. That was a rough concussion. So if he's not going to play, going to be more targets for Marvin Harrison. Washington has surrendered 9 touchdowns this season to wide receivers. That's 3 per game. Going to be another one right here. Max. Call me greedy if you want. I definitely was greedy last week. But my buddy, Mr. Tutty, Marvin Harrison Jr. scoring against the Washington football Queefs.
Nice. Cole Breezy, yeah, your team's looking good. I will say your fantasy football team looks good right now. You got a couple. You got a couple stars on the team with Marvin Harrison Jr. on there. Definitely got to be thinking about him for a keeper. I know you are. But good pick. I like Marvin Harrison Jr. For me, I got to go to my team, Cole Breezy. I'm going to go with the number 3 wide receiver, Chris Godwin. Okay. I had him as my sleeper when we were going over the NFC South divisional breakdowns. I said, don't sleep on Chris Godwin. He's had 3 straight seasons with over 1,000 yards, right? Well, guess what? This looks like his best season. It honestly is looking like his best season so far. He has 3 touchdowns in all 3 games. He's going against Philadelphia this week, Cole Breezy. Philadelphia is ranked 29th against wide receivers. 29th. Okay. Chris Godwin, he has 21 catches on 25 targets. That is efficient. Okay.
Very nice.
Let's just go real quick. I'll just go through his stats. 83 yards in the first game, 8 for 8. 8 catches on 8 targets with a touchdown, 18.3 fantasy points. Second game, 117 receiving yards, 7 of 8 targets, 7 catches of 8 with 8 targets and a touchdown, 23.2 fantasy points. Last week against a tough Broncos defense, only 53 receiving yards, 6 catches on 9 targets, still scored a touchdown, 14.3 fantasy points. Cole Breezy, I think he's getting in the end zone for a 4th straight game. My buddy, Mr. Tutty, coming to Chris Godwin. Baker Mayfield loves him. He loves him. He loves finding him in the end zone. Why not? I'm just going to keep on going until he shows me otherwise.
Nice. I like it. Great pick by you, no doubt about it. That was an 8th round pick by you. That was very nice. Very nice pick. And yeah, him moving back to the slot. He was on the outside last year, so he likes the slot for sure. I like that pick.
Heck yeah.
My extra juicy dog at the tight end position this week, boy, it was tough. It was tough to find one here, Max. But I'm going to Atlanta. Kyle Pitts versus New Orleans. He's tight end 10 right now. He had a big 50-yard reception last week. He drugged down at the goal line, so he could have scored that and been way higher on the tight end rankings. New Orleans, the Saints, they're 28th in fantasy against the tight end position, so you can hit them up here. Atlanta's 2.5-point home favorites. If you got Kyle Pitts, start him because you probably don't have a better option.
Yeah, honestly. And this goes to good pick, Cole Breezy, because man, the tight ends are a bunch of scrubs. Okay, the tight ends are a bunch of scrubs, man. It's frustrating. It honestly is frustrating. After last week, me getting a goose from Mark Andrews, I'm frustrated. I am frustrated at this position. But Cole Breezy, I'm going to toss out a name, David Njoku. Okay, I'm tossing out David Njoku this week, going up against Las Vegas. Las Vegas is 20th against tight ends. Hey, everyone. He dressed fully in practice. He had all his practice gear on today. Okay. He was limited in drills, but who isn't? Right? Who isn't on Wednesday and Thursdays? Everyone's just kind of jogging around, just going through the motions. Okay. Browns had to figure something out. All right. The Browns look like shit. They look really bad. Okay. Literally, their name, the Browns, is dictating exactly how they're playing. All right. Brown Bombers. Yeah. Okay, Njoku will take some of the burden off of Watson, who's just chucking the ball downfield to Amari Cooper, or I don't even know who, Elijah. What's his name? Elijah? I don't even know.
Elijah Moore, Jerry
Jeudy. He needs David Njoku. So when those guys are just going down deep, David Njoku's just like, hey, I'm right here in the middle. Just toss it to me for a first down, would you? Give me a first down. And it's the same thing. If he plays, have him in your lineups because, like we just said, you're having tight end troubles. You might as well just throw him in and see what you got. He has a good matchup against Las Vegas. I'm going David Njoku in my fantasy lineup if he is playing. If he's playing, he's in.
Yeah, David Njoku, he might be the piece that Deshaun Watson's missing right now. I'm not sure, but losing at home to the Giants, letting Daniel Jones go for 236 and 2 last week, that's bad. That's
Yeah.
bad, Browns.
Yeah.